Welcome to the fourth day of this How to Not Be Triggered journey, and today we're going to be shining light on this incredible tool of Yoga Nidra. So the guided experience that you have been doing each and every day of this journey is a practice called Yoga Nidra. It means yogic sleep. And we are going to explain today why this practice was developed and what it is doing for you. Now, the beautiful thing is that you're already experiencing the benefits, all right? They happen on a physiological level, and we are going to talk about what the research is actually showing because modern science is looking at this practice and going, what is happening? Why are these results so profound? But there are also what I would call spiritual benefits to this practice. And we're going to talk about how doing this is going to support you over time with not being triggered. So I want to first kind of start with a question, something for you to ponder. Do you find that most of the time you are trying to solve your problems at the level of the conscious mind? Like you have in this waking state, through effort, through striving, through maybe talk therapy, through repetition, you have tried to figure out, well, why am I triggered? What is going on? What happened in my past that is making me the way that I am? And now I need to just say the affirmations and do the things and just push. And how many of you, honestly, feel like exhausted by the whole thing? Like it's not changing. Maybe some of you have even got on medications because you're like, my mind never stops. Like there's this just, it's too much, I'm done. The truth of the matter is, trying to change things at the level of the conscious mind is like chipping away at ice. And yeah, it can be done. Yes, it does work. But wouldn't it be easier to manipulate water? We can, if you put water into a vase, right, it takes the shape of whatever you put it in. It's very malleable. And the beautiful thing about this practice of Yoga Nidra is it guides you into a place where this ice block of your conscious mind with these beliefs and automatic and unconscious responses that are coming, all of a sudden that melts away. And when you're in this state where you felt it, right, this meditative state, where the mind, the I, the sense of self is kind of a little bit away. It's like you're sort of dispassionately observing a movie. Even if thoughts come, they kind of come and go, and you're like in la la land. In that space, you are able to make a shift and a change. And that is why we insert the intention there, because it's like it gets put into the water. I am witness to my thoughts and emotion. And then when you come out of the practice, that intention now gets solidified. It is in you, it is part of you, it is a new groove, it is a new way of being, it is going to be a new way that you can interact and react to life as it starts to show up. All right, it is effortless for you to be able to get benefit from this practice. And so this is one of the reasons that we are doing this practice, is to insert this intention. Now, I want to also talk about let's just talk straight physical benefits. Okay, the things that this practice is doing in your body that are going to help you on just a physical level. You're probably already feeling some of it. All right, this is called Yoga Nidra, yogic sleep, because it literally actually mimics the brainwave states that you go through to go to bed. The yogis, they knew a lot when they developed this thousands and thousands of years ago. And it truly takes you from this beta, like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, waking state that we're in and drops us down into like the delta wave, which is where you are when you're asleep. And so we're able to do that. And research is now showing, like you can actually see with brain mapping, that this is what's happening. You can get hooked up to, I believe it's called an EEG, and it will show you. I think one of the interesting studies, I pulled it up here, is that it showed that it increases your theta by like 11%. Theta is sort of like this twilight zone where you're feeling a little daydreamy, right? That increases. But interestingly, the alpha brainwave only decreased by 2%. Now, the alpha brainwave is like your idling gear. Okay, it's like you're maybe like watching TV, but you realize that like the doorbell rings. Okay, so you're kind of there, but you're kind of not. And so what this is showing is that in the state, this meditative state that you're getting to in this practice, you are deeply relaxed, but still conscious. That's why at the end of it, I told you, you didn't fall asleep because you hear me cue you back and you come back. You were still conscious. The alpha wave is still there. There's still an alertness and presence that is there, even though the body, the physical being, is deeply rested. All right? Now, the brain is incredible. And the more that you do this, it's like, what do they say? Neurons that fire together, wire together. And as you start to do the same things again and again, the brain's like a muscle. It gets stronger. And these pathways start to come together. And they actually see that your brain becomes thicker, the prefrontal cortex. So the part of you that is able to have a little bit of control over emotions, over reactions. There's going to be more neural connections there. So literally on a physiological level, your biology is going to shift. The brain is going to shift to help you be more in control of the judgment calls you make, how you interact and react to life. Isn't that incredible? And, there's tons of research out there talking about how this helps with, I believe there was a study done with MS and cancer patients, right? Showing how just significantly reduced stress overall. At Walter Reed with our veterans that have PTSD, it's showing that this helped with insomnia. It helped decrease depression, anxiety, fear. It has been shown that it helps diabetics to regulate blood sugar better. All right, why is this happening? These physiological shifts are happening because you're actually shifting the body from the sympathetic nervous system into the parasympathetic. And now the body's own healing mechanisms can take over. It's absolutely incredible. Melatonin levels go up. This is why people, are able to sleep better. It shifts in like serotonin, increasing GABA, these things that help with emotional regulation. Guys, this is researched that when you do Yoga Nidra, it supports your body with regulating all of these things internally. The brain is changing, physiologically you are changing, and very likely even just a few days into this, you are probably feeling like, a little happier, a little less stressed, like nothing's changed. All of the stressors of, the season and this time of year and everything that's going on is still happening, but you have shifted. Something inside of you is changing. Isn't that interesting? It's powerful. Now, I want to talk about, while this is all true, and maybe this is all the benefit you want and need in your life, the truth of the matter is this was developed as a technique to help each of us. It's like when you understand a tool, okay, truly, like if I gave you a hammer and you used it as a doorstop, like it works. It keeps the door open. It weights it so that, the door doesn't come swinging in the wind or whatever. But if I truly showed you what that hammer was meant to be used for, you would get so much more out of it. It would solve a very powerful problem. All right. And we know hammers are meant to just drive a nail in. Well, guys, Yoga Nidra is meant to take you to the place where you can experience that part of you that is beyond the mind. That witnessing presence that is there before, during, and after every thought. We have been talking about how this realization that we are not our thoughts is key. It creates the space for us to choose otherwise and to reflect on why am I acting that way. And now this tool of Yoga Nidra, you're doing it because it's going to increase the muscle. It is going to allow you to be able to access that space beneath the mind, beneath the thoughts, beyond the emotions. And the more that you go there, the more easily you can return there. The longer you can stay there. The benefits of this are not just going to be in the 33 minutes that you're sitting listening to the recording. It's going to be that still, silent, witnessing presence is going to come with you into your day, into your interactions at work, with your kids, with your wife, with your husband, with your family members. And when you're in that presence fully, you are able to very clearly witness when a seed gets triggered, right? You're able to see that weed come up and not engage with it because you're in this deep witnessing presence. It is absolutely beautiful and it is so simple. You just lay there and you listen and all of these amazing things happen. Now, when you go into this space, maybe some of you are starting to have experiences where your body, like muscles are trembling, or there's tingling, or you feel like shaking, or a streaming sensation, or maybe like a stabbing pain at an old injury site. Or I call it the turkey flap, where like your arm just goes like this, your leg just kicks out all of a sudden. Maybe you're seeing colors. or you're seeing shapes, or you have, like, you're being visited by relatives or people from your past, or there's just these images floating by, or maybe you're just feeling like a profound level of stillness like you've never experienced before. Or perhaps you just feel like a blanket of heaviness, like covering you or pulsating over you. All right. Nidra is the primary tool we use to drop into deeper states of meditation. And when we drop there, something called our energy body, our life force, in modern day terms, we call it the parasympathetic nervous system, but the yogis called it the prana, the life force of the body, right? The thing that beats your heart and breathes and digests your food, all of that. That is the same life force that is used to heal you. And what happens is that most of the time, that life force energy, it follows where the mind tells it to go. All right, so if the brain says focus here, energy is going to follow that, right? We've all probably felt that we can focus our energy onto something. Well, what happens when the mind steps aside? What happens when there are no thoughts? What happens when all of that quiets down? Well, this energy that had been kind of in submission to that and following that, now all of a sudden it's freed up. And it's freed up to carry out the healing from within. And sometimes it needs to move out blockages. We literally get energy trapped in our system. I mean, check your shoulders right now. Are they tense? Drop them, right? We hold tension in our body. Check your breath. How deep is it? Has your leg been twitching and shaking while you've been sitting here listening, right? Just like scan your body right now. There is discomfort somewhere in your body. Well, guess what? This energy, as it is freed from the mind, it starts to clear the body. And we're no longer wasting it with our thoughts and our worry and our stress. All of a sudden now, this energy can go in and it can help get the system rebalanced. It is profound. But sometimes as it's going through and it's clearing, there might be a slight discomfort. All right. I've had people say that they get cramps, right? Something occurs in their body and they're like, ugh, what is that? Well, that's what the yogis call an energy blockage that's now releasing. And I think about it like, we all take physical showers like all the time. We clean our physical body. We wash our hair. We do all the things. And think about if you had gone through like your whole life and never taken a shower. And then you get into the shower and you're looking down and you're like, ugh, showers are dirty. Like they're disgusting. Because as you're looking down, you're seeing all of this like dirty, muddy water coming off. And you're deducing like the shower is dirty. Not realizing that, no, you're the dirty one. Right? You're the one that dirt caked on you from a lifetime of not showering. And what I would offer is that Yoga Nidra, this guided practice, being able to actually quiet your mind for maybe one of the first times ever. When this energy gets freed up, it's finally free to do a psychic shower. Emotional stuff that needs to get washed away, right? How many of you are carrying comments, the person cutting you off in traffic, these little things, you're still carrying it with you right now. You didn't take a shower. You didn't cleanse it. Yoga Nidra will cleanse that out. It will help support the body in releasing that. And it is just so deeply powerful. It is one of the simplest things I imagine someone can do. You just lay down and you listen. And there are so many benefits to this. We talked about on the physical level. I am sure you are already experiencing it. That's why I wanted you to just get the kinesthetic experience of the calm that you feel just by doing this practice. Honestly, in my journey, this is how my depression, my anxiety, that PTSD, it started to just go away because inside of me, like internally, without me doing anything, I just felt a calm presence. And I didn't know that this tool had been designed to actually take you there, to get you in touch with this part so that it could grow and it could be with you more and more. And guys, the beauty of this is that when you get into that space, you're able to truly not just know at the level of, okay, Danielle says that and that makes sense. I'm not my thoughts. Okay. No, you're not just realizing it at the level of the mind. You're realizing it experientially at the level of the body. And when that happens, you can't unknow it. You now can't unknow that there is something within you that is beyond your thoughts. And it is profound to be able to access that and the ramifications of what that means. That's why they said it's the single truth that when known solves everything. Because when you know this, you stop taking all of the stuff outside of you so seriously. You realize there is something inside of me that is never disturbed by anything. And I just need to learn to access that. And I need to start to see these places where I'm being triggered as lessons. The things that are like blocked inside of me that are keeping me from being able to experience this calm, peaceful essence that is my true self. So if you've got questions, if you've got comments, please put it in the comment section of the video. I cannot wait to read them, to hear how this is going for you, and to understand what else you want to know. I will see you tomorrow as we continue this journey.